Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price predictions. This is a deep analysis that we are used to have, of course, every week, and where we dive deeper in every single time frame, starting from the weekly, monthly, onto the 1 hour chart, and of course, discussing the whole possibilities that we might face in the next week for Bitcoin. So starting here on the weekly chart, we are looking at our parabolic chart, of course, as you know, and seeing, of course, for every cycle where we have a top for an all-time high or a new all-time high. So as you can see, this parabolic, of course, curve is joining all the all-time highs and also the projected one, which it might be, of course, very, very close to our curve here, as you can see. And that you can see, of course, every cycle, this all-time high is done a little bit before, of course, the previous cycle. So as you can see in the previous cycle here, we have topped almost, before the finish of the cycle. The previous one also, it was exactly there, and also the previous one. But here you can see that the all-time high is starting to be finished much more faster than before. And that because, of course, we are looking as well here in this cycle where we saw, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We are seeing here, or we're looking at a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves toward the upside, probably already finished, where you can see very, very nice impulse toward the upside. Now, basically, when we look at this impulse, we see that this impulse is a little bit also having like a short wave 3, because if you take a look, of course, at other wave 3s in the previous cycle, you'll see that you have a even much higher wave 3. This one is having, of course, a short wave 3 somehow, and it gives us a little bit the impression that this is even a double 1-2 here, and which it is actually a scenario, but and now it is very, very, I mean, it's a far scenario now to take it. But if we are in double 1-2, meaning, of course, then you are in a wave 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But that means, of course, $500,000 for Bitcoin, which is a little bit far from the reality, of course, guys. So yeah, let's stay on Earth and see what it can be, of course, the next possibilities. So I'm trying just to take the fib level here on the wave 3 just to check. Okay, 1.618, not touch, but I mean, very close. It was in between those fib level. Just to check, I mean, I was like curious. So, very nice. I mean, very, very clean impulse. And we can see that this wave 5 is also very, very probably that it has finished. Probably, because if you look at it from the outside as well, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And of course, this big impulse can also be finished. So we can say that there is a probability here that we have, of course, a bear market and the start of course, for the correction. When I say bear market, it is a correction, guys. It's not to crash the market or something. Of course, it is a correction that we need in every single cycle, of course, or after even like every cycle. And you see that without this correction, you cannot move higher. You need such corrections to move higher for a Bitcoin. So these are the insights on the weekly. Now let's move on the daily, of course. On the daily, we can see, of course, in our impulse toward the upside, we're gonna check our channeling here. So let's clean up the parabolic and have the channels. Here we go. With the channels, we are looking, of course, that we are very in red here. And as we said in the beginning of the last week on Monday that, okay, it looks like the price action wants to test again this acceleration channel, and be careful that this is the third time that we tested, and this time, of course, it might be broken. And we might, of course, find some resistance here, I mean support a little bit, but if this base channel is broken to the inside, meaning, of course, it's a clear answer that this bull run might has ended. And we might, of course, move towards the CME gap for lower prices, probably even starting a big correction toward the downside to the 50s, coming back, of course, to this area, corrective area, which is very normal to do, by the way. A, B, and a C, and then starting a new cycle later on, which it can be, of course, hit over than 120K. Yeah, so these are the insights for the daily on the channel. We would like to see, of course, these yeah, what is gonna be the reaction once we're there. Now, of course, we have several scenarios as well for the counting. If you remember, we have a scenario with triple one twos. Very important here to note that we have a scenario with triple one twos and another scenario which it has double one twos. Okay, and these scenarios, of course, makes a difference right now, and especially with our possibilities, which yeah, they are a little bit high this time. This week, our possibility are numbers. Yeah, so one of them is from the last week. This one, yeah, is still from the last week, and it is the one that is playing right now probably. So let's see, of course, what do we have. First, let me explain this scenario where we have triple one two, of course, for the new subscriber for this channel. As of course, we don't want to forget them. So we have a triple one two three four and a 5, right? Finishing a wave 3 in the orange here. After, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in white, finishing in orange wave 3, and then you have A, B, and a C finished, of course, for your wave 4 in the orange. And lately we got, of course, the final impulse, which it can be your wave 5, and finish a wave 3 in the yellow. Now, if you have finished your wave 3 in the yellow, you are looking for an A, B, and a C, of course, or WXY for a wave 4. Your wave 4 can be anywhere here or here down. Yeah, it can be very deep, of course, for an A, B, and a C, and then moving toward the upside for a wave 5. Now, this scenario, of course, it can be possible. It can be possible for this final wave 5. It can be even like with a running flat now, wave 4. It can be even in a running flat somehow, and then moving toward the upside. Nobody knows. But the pressure of the market that it shows a lot of red, a lot of selling pressure, says, of course, and because of the pattern that we are facing here, says that we are moving probably a little bit deeper. Now, in this possibility, of course, we are looking then to this wave 5, okay, impulsive after triple one two. After triple one two, this is gonna be our first scenario where you would like to have a wave 5 directly somewhere from here, right? Finishing this triple one two. Yeah, because we have triple one two in the bottom. We need for triple 4 5, 4 5, 4 5, and one more 4 5 to finish this impulse, right? Accordingly, here we go. So the second one, of course, is a different scenario here. This is, of course, the only thing that we're still waiting for in this scenario in the triple one two. Now, if we have something else, if we have, of course, the double one twos here, we are looking for a wave 5, probably in an ending diagonal in double one two. Meaning, if we have finished this this wave somewhere here without taking the low and the low here, we might finish, of course, in ending diagonal wave 5. Meaning, if we start to be bullish from somewhere here before we take the low, this scenario might unfold, of course, a wave 5 in ending diagonal. Meaning, rather than finishing wave 5 here after having double one two, yeah, double one two, because of course you have a bigger WXY here, W for zigzag, regular flat for X, triangle, of course, for wave Y, 1 2 1 2. Okay, 3 4 5 4 5 finished probably, but probability also can be an extended wave 5. Okay, with an ending diagonal. This is your probability here. Then you have WXY in a finished to finish a wave Y in a zigzag ABC for finishing a wave 4 again. Here we go. And that means WXY finishing a wave 4 and one more final wave 5. So in this case scenario now, once you finish this, it can be, of course, in a double zigzag WXY, your wave Y is also a double zigzag. Yeah, somehow like this. It can be very deep, by the way. It can hit even the CME gap, but yeah, I mean, it's also a little bit, it can be high possibility, but it can also be like if this is your zigzag, then you finish one zigzag, then you need one more zigzag. So yeah, it can hit your Siamine gap. I'm not sure. We have to estimate the tenths of this zigzag, of this leg. If this leg was very, very massive, then expect, yeah, another massive leg toward the downside. Okay, so we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see this step by step. But this is a scenario where we have a WXY. Your wave Y is a big zigzag. Okay, in double zigzag somehow like this. Yeah. Yeah. So it can be. Now expanding flat is the same. Of course, it's the same scenario that the WXY, but rather than finishing in a double zigzag like this, I mean, when you have a zigzag, okay, that can be very simply 1 2 1 2 as well, 1 2 1 2, yeah. And this opens a scenario, of course, of double 1 2s here, 3 4 5 4 5, which I think it has a little bit more potential, to be honest, than double zigzag even. Then of course we have finished bull run and bear market in double 1 2, meaning we have nothing from all these possibilities. We have simply finished, as explained before, double 1 2, double 4 5, and we're simply now in a bear market 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 for a wave A, and then B, and then C toward the downside, meaning we're moving to the 50s, 60s even. And of course, new cycle, bullish cycle for the next year. Yeah, so these are the possibilities, guys. Right now, highest possibility, of course, still going for the red. Now, which one of the red here, the next wave is gonna tell us. Now, the next wave, it should be lower, of course. If we don't take the low, then of course we have to go with yeah, somewhere here, yeah, bullish, of course, and moving up. If we take the low, it depends how much length is this wave. If it looks like a wave 3, then we have to take it as double 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Then yeah, probably moving with this one and this one, because those are together. Probably. Yeah, I mean, it could be ABC, of course, and then moving up, and yeah, it could be as well finished bull run and starting a bear market. Very, very critical wave here. It can be impulse toward the downside, like bear market, and it can be an impulse just to finish ABC. And this is a critical point of it. Yeah, so if it gives us as double zigzag, then of course it gives us a signal that, okay, we might still move up for a wave 5. Yeah, so these are the insights and the possibility, guys. The highest possibility still, of course, around this red one, and we might take the low, of course. But first thing, we want to take this low, of course. This one here at at the 91,200. Yeah. All right, so let's move inside it a little bit and analyze what's going on inside. On the 4-hour chart here, of course, we are looking at our scenarios that we were talking about. Of course, we might have topped here for the bull run, or we probably still waiting for one more wave 5 in contracting diagonal, as we said, 1 2 3 4 and a 5 probably. Or we are in bearish scenario where we have already here an impulse as 1 2, and then yeah, this is your wave 2 as WXY, WX and Y, finishing wave 2 in the yellow count, and then moving impulsively for your magenta wave 1 here, and then magenta wave 2. So probably your wave 2 is gonna be here. We were expecting a wave 2 even to go higher a little bit in ABC, but it didn't. It took only this sharp 3 waves that we saw, of course, after the rejection here. That was your wave 2 directly. Yeah, so very, very fast and sharp wave 2, and then moving toward the downside 1 2 3 4 5. Probably that we, yes, as expected here, it might be a leading diagonal here 1 2 3 4 5, ABC for a wave 2, and we might, of course, start kind of like a move towards the downside. We're still in a formation of something here 1 2 3 4 5. Probably we're gonna see what's gonna happen, but it looks like yeah, she's not happy. and it looks like yeah, we're gonna have some red still. Yeah, so these are for the insights on the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart. Here, as you can see, this is our leading diagonal ABC. And yeah, we said yesterday we need to finish this wave. It looks like just ABC. We still need one more leg. So definitely we're gonna take the low here and we take it from there. We're gonna see what's gonna happen, of course, here. And we said this is the last barrier. The 93K is the last barrier for the bulls, meaning this is the last chance. This area exactly is the last chance to gain strength again for Bitcoin and moving up, for the bullish to go in the green possibilities that we saw today from here. This is the gap where you want to hold on to start, of course, going with the green possibilities that we have here. Wave 5 impulsive in after in triple 1-2s, or wave 5 in ending diagonal. So you don't want to take the low in both case scenarios here for the green. Once we take the low, both possibilities are gone. Yeah, so we have to bring it back later on. So these are the things for Bitcoin. So let's see what's gonna happen. Again, guys, a higher possibility. Well, higher possibility on the 1-hour chart, of course, to take the 93 probably and see the reaction. If we take the 93 and we got a bad reaction, then of course, yeah, moving towards the downside. This is the highest probability for me. If we hold on here and start to move up, of course, we have to figure out what's going on first, and yeah, to be re-estimated. Nobody know. Maybe it goes like this in the weekend, sideways, and then it start and recap the WXY, yeah, zigzag correction in of course for the between the zigzag for your X, and then zigzag, another big zigzag toward the downside. Yeah, so this is your WXY in double zigzag. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.